Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Chris's Collectible Corner, and for those of you who are new, thank you for coming through to tune in for this review. And today we're taking a look at the Batman The Dark Knight Returns Superman by Mafex. But not really, because we're going to be turning this Superman into what I feel is the definitive, perfect Superman 6-inch action figure. But before we get into the figure itself, if you wouldn't mind, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification to be notified when new reviews are uploaded to the channel. It really helps and I appreciate the support. Alright, so obviously Superman just came out this past weekend, which is why I'm doing this video. If you haven't seen it, definitely see it. I really like James Gunn's take on this. I was also a fan of the Man of Steel, but you know what? We need something new, something different, and I like the world that James Gunn is building. Plus, the DCEU was flopping harder than a magic card on dry land, so they needed to do a course correction. So, that aside, the reason why I'm talking about this figure, this is an older figure, came out a couple years ago, and I'm sure you can still find it online on Amazon. It's not on Big Bad Toy Store, but wherever link I got it from, I'll send it to you guys. But I'm talking about this figure because Mafex made two different Superman figures with the regular Superman outfit, which is the blue tights, red trunks, red cape, S symbol on the chest and everything. But I like this one better because the other version is a more younger Jim Lee style Superman figure, which was based on the Hush comic book run where the art style was all done by Jim Lee, and Superman has a slimmer build. I don't like my Superman slim, which is why we have this figure here, but I'm also not a fan of the face. So let's get this guy out of the packaging and take a look at the figure itself. Alright, so as you can see, we have the Superman figure here standing straight up and down, no fancy poses in the light box. He's got his iconic blue tights, red trunks with the yellow belt, the symbol on his chest, the red boots, the red cape with the Superman symbol on the back. So if you guys are not familiar, as I said earlier, this is the Superman from the Frank Miller comic, The Dark Knight Returns, where this was the comic that Zack Snyder drew inspiration from when he made Batman v Superman, where Batman and Superman fought. Now, I really like this Superman figure because of the frame. I like my Superman swole, diesel, but I'm not a fan of the over stylized face. Maybe some of you are, and hey, more power to you. But for me personally, I visualize Superman a certain type of way in my mind, and this face wasn't doing it for me, and that's what I'm going to show you guys today. But if you do pick up this figure, here's what he comes with. He comes with a figure stand, which I appreciate because a lot of figures don't come with stands and they actually make you buy it separately. I don't know why, because these figures are not cheap, so this should kind of just be the standard. As for the other accessories that he comes with 4 separate pairs of hands, an extra face, and a kryptonite arrow, which was used in the comic book by Batman to weaken Superman. So as for the first pair of hands, he has more relaxed, calm hands, and I kind of just see this as Superman being calm and relaxed, not always ready to fight and reaching out his hand to somebody. The other pair of hands we have are more splayed out hands. I kind of see it like him preparing how to handle a situation. The other ones are more like karate chop hands, but I kind of use it as him flying through the air to kind of make him more aerodynamic. And then the last set of hands are not fists, they actually have a hole through them, and you want to use those hands with the head and the arrow to recreate him holding the arrow by his face, which is why he has all the scars on that face sculpt, because he's being affected by the kryptonite so he can hold the kryptonite arrow. Now, in order to turn this Superman to what I believe is the iconic, definitive Superman look, we're gonna need the Mezco 112 Classic Comic Deluxe Superman head sculpts. I got these off of eBay because I didn't feel like buying the whole figure just to get these heads. Now, obviously, the figure that this comes from doesn't scale as far as like the whole figure itself with the 6-inch Superman, but these heads fit very well on this Superman, and I really like how these face sculpts are. I feel like these head sculpts have a more seasoned, masculine, father/protector kind of vibe for this Superman, which is kind of how I always visualize Superman. And you also get obviously more expressions. If you just go with the one that's in the box, you get the stern face and the face that's all like scarred up from the kryptonite, but here we have a very stern, serious looking face from Superman. Then we have a calm, slight smile on his face. For the third face, we have a more exaggerated smile. Not too much, it's very subtle from the other one, but if you pay attention to the wrinkles on the face, you can see a bit more. Then for the fourth face, we have a Superman that I don't think you ever want to be in front of, which is a pissed off, angry Superman. And then the last one, I think is more kind of like a shock and awe, or kind of like worried Superman expression, which I really like. And these heads are really simple to put on. All you gotta do is put these heads in hot water, pop out the neck pegs that are put into them because they're not compatible with the Superman body, and just use a little bit of blue tack, and then boom, these heads fit perfectly and proportionally with this Superman body, which I really like. The skin tones don't match too much with the face and the neck, but honestly I feel that something could be easily overlooked. So I feel this combination of these faces with this Superman body really gives you the definitive Superman look. So if you're somebody like me and you like your Superman more swole and you don't like the over stylized Frank Miller face, you can go with this Mezco Superman face. Find them on eBay. I'm sure someone's selling them separately, and you could put it on this body. I think it looks great together, and like I said, it gives me the definitive Superman look. I'll put the link in the description so this way you guys can buy this Superman body. And like I said, as for the faces, just search it up on eBay, the Mezco 112 Classic Superman. If you agree with me, cool. If not, let me know in the comments below what's your definitive Superman. Do you like the Frank Miller one, or do you like this kit bash? Let me know. But I just wanted to get this video out because I just saw Superman. This is not a paid promotion, but definitely go see it if you're a fan of superhero movies and you want to change from the serious, dark and dreary movies where everyone's trying to be all serious like Batman. That works for Batman. That doesn't work for everybody. With that said, I hope you guys found this review informative. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification to be notified when new reviews are uploaded to the channel. Thank you for stopping by my corner of the internet, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.